Hi, in this video I will show you how to make this cute cupcake and a little ice cream cone. As you can see, they actually use the same pattern for the top, so we will make that first and then I will show you how to make the base of the cupcake and the cone of the ice cream. So I will be making a chocolate cupcake with a little cherry on top and just a vanilla ice cream. What we need is a crochet hook, a yarn needle, scissors, some filling, and the colors that we're going to use. I will use this for the ice cream, these two, and I will use these three for the cupcake. So for the base, I'm going to start with a magic ring. And once we have our magic ring, we will be doing single crochet 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And after that we close the magic ring. Once we have the magic ring closed, we are going to do single crochet increase and repeat that 3 times. So single crochet, increase, single crochet, increase, single crochet, and we end with another increase. So now we will have 9 stitches. Now we're going to do the 3rd row, which will be single crochet 2 times and then an increase, and we will also repeat this 3 times. So single crochet, single crochet, and increase, single crochet, single crochet, increase, single crochet, single crochet, increase. So if we look, we now have 12 stitches in the round. Now we're going to do the 4th round, which is just single crochet all around, so single crochet 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Now we're already at the last row of our top, and this row we will be making these little parts. So for this row we will only work in the front loop. So if this is our thing that we're working on, we only work in the front loops. And what we will do is, in the front loop we will do a double increase, so we will do 3 stitches in one front loop, and then in the next front loop we do a slip stitch, and we repeat that 6 times. So we go into the first stitch, we only get the front loop and we single crochet 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And now for the next stitch we just do a slip stitch. And we repeat this 6 times. So we get the next front loop. We do 1, 2, 3, and a slip stitch. So every time we only do the front loop. 1, 2, 3, slip stitch. We repeat this 3 other times, so 6 times in total. 1, 2, 3, slip stitch. 1, 2, 3, slip stitch, and the last one. 1, 2, 3, and slip stitch. And you can see now that this is the top that we just made. So you can just, oh, camera's moving. You can just cut off the yarn here and just finish off like that. So you can see we have the top ready. I'm going to start with my cupcake. So for the cupcake I get the top that I just made and I'll get my thread which I want to continue with. So I'm going to make a chocolate cupcake, so mine is brown, but you can use any color you want. And what we're going to do is we get the part that we just worked on and we just worked only in the front loops. So all of the back loops of row 4 are still open and we will now be working in these loops. So we are going to attach our yarn to one of these front loops just by sticking our crochet hook through the back loops. So we're just gonna stick our crochet hook through the back loop that was still open and get it through, and now it's attached. You can just keep your finger here so it stays put. And what we're gonna do is we are going to start with single crochet 12 all around. So we're just going to go into the back loop that was still open and crochet 12. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and so for the last we go into the same loop that we started, that we pulled our yarn through in the beginning, and that will be 12. So as you can see, we now have 12 stitches. So we have this is where we started and this is where we ended the last row, and what you can do is just go under where you just worked and get this white end and pull it inside the cupcake and just knot these together so that they will stay put. And if you want, you can even cut all of these small parts off so that they're not in the way anymore, but that's just personal preference, since they will be in the cupcake, so you won't see them anyway. So we just did these 12 single crochet to attach the start of our cupcake bottom to the top. And what we will now do is we will now continue with row 6, which is another 12 single crochet. So 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a bit slippery yarn. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we just did 12 stitches. And now we're going to do another round of 12 stitches. So round 7 is also just going to be 12 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we just did 3 rows of 12 stitches, and we are now at the right height of our cupcake. So we can close it, but first we need to fill it. So you get some stuffing and you just shove it in there. Sometimes I like to use something like the back of a pen to get it in there. Or I kind of twist it like this to get everything together. Then I stuff it in there. And then I will attach my crochet hook again to do the last round. And the last round is just doing 6 decreases, but because we want a flat bottom, we do back loop only. So it's difficult to see with this yarn maybe, but we will only be putting our hook through the back loop. So like, and we try not to get any stuffing while we do that. So this is decrease 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the last one. Is 6. So we just did the last round. What I then like to do is I cut off the yarn, so I still have a bit of yarn left, and I will get my yarn needle and what I'm going to try to do is, with my yarn needle, I will go through the front loops of my last row. And then I go through my loop, and then if you tuck, you can see you really closed the end very well. So you really closed the little hole that might otherwise be here. Now I'm gonna do one little knot to make sure that everything is closed and attached and it won't let go. And then I'll just get my yarn needle, pull it through the cupcake, kind of tug it so that it's not visible anymore, and then I just snip it real close so that it's also not visible here. And then we have our little cupcake. So if you look at the drawing that I made of how I want my cupcake to look, it's nearly there, but we still need to put the cherry on top. So my cherry was made by just doing chain 2, and that's it. That's my cherry. You can see like this. It makes a little cherry. It's actually easier to put these on top when you haven't attached the whole thing, like when you haven't made the bottom yet, but you can also just do it like this. You thread your needle and you pull it through here and just get out somewhere else. Thread the needle again. You pull it really close to there, but not exactly in the same hole. But first we're gonna get one of these loops, and then we'll go into this hole. If we now tuck these two, you can see we have a cherry on top. You just close this, tuck it real tight, and snip the ends. And because we went in and out the same place, you can just tuck the ends right in there, and now you have a cute cupcake with a cherry on top. So now we'll be continuing to do the ice cream. So for the ice cream cone, we will start the same as the cupcake, which is we make a base and we attach our yarn that we want to use for the cone to the base by just pulling the hook through the back loop of row 4. And then we start to make single crochet 12. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12 will be where we started to put our yarn in. Well, now we have the beginning of this row and the end of our top. We just pull our hook through here and then get this little piece inside so that these two ends are near each other, and then we just put a double knot in them to make sure that they stay put. And I like to cut off these ends so that they're not going to be in the way while I'm making the cone. So we check. Now we will have 12 stitches in the last row. Yes, that's correct. And because we want to make a cone shape, we need to decrease a bit. So we'll do 1 decrease and then single crochet 10. So decrease and then single crochet 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we decreased 1, so now we have 11 stitches here. And now we will do decrease 1 and then single crochet 9. So decrease 1, single crochet 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So now we have 8 stitches. No, now we will have 10 stitches here. I'm sorry. Yeah, so I counted, we have 10 stitches here. We can start to fill this up a bit. So just get some filling and get it in there. What I like to do, I like to get a pen to help me push it in there. And so I keep getting little pieces that I try to stuff in there. So I didn't fill it all the way yet, but I felt I was filling it about 2/3. So now we're going to do another row. This is row 8, which is decrease, single crochet 3, and repeat that 2 times. So decrease, single crochet 1, 2, 3, repeat that, decrease, now single crochet 1, 2, 3, and now we have 8 stitches, and we try to fill it a bit more. So because this hole is smaller now, it's more difficult to fill. So that's why I like to do most of the filling one round earlier. But it helps if you just get little pieces. Don't try to get all of this in there, but just little by little stuff it in there. And you can see I like to make a little bit of a ball, kind of get it together before getting it in there. And if it looks like this, I just kind of twist it so that it's all together, and then I push it in there again. And when I think it's full enough, I do the last row, which is row 9, which is decrease, single crochet 2, and repeat that 2 times. So decrease, single crochet 2, and repeat that, decrease and single crochet 2, 1, 2, and that's it. I cut it off, but I leave a good amount of yarn here because, as you can see, there's still a hole here, and I want to use this yarn to close that hole. What I do is the same as the cupcake. I thread the yarn through the needle, and I pull the needle through. I put the needle through these front loops, these 6 front loops that I ended up with. Well, basically I pull them through 5 because I don't pull them through the last loop, because I pull them through these 5 front loops and then through the big loop that our crochet hook was originally in, and then I tuck everything shut. And you can see that perfectly closed the end. So I don't think it's necessary, but what I like to do is put one extra little knot there to make sure that everything stays. And then I pull my yarn through whatever I am making and kind of tug it and cut it off, which leaves us with our ice cream. If we want, we can decorate the ice cream a bit more. We can put little sprinkles on it if we want, or we can just leave it like this. I will show you how to do the sprinkles. Let's get my chocolate again. So I got a bit of the chocolate yarn. I get my needle. When I put my needle in there, I like to go right in between these 2 layers, because then it's going to be the least visible, because this is going to go down like that, so then it's going to cover any knot that I might make. But yeah, I try to get it in there. And then you just stitch a few little sprinkles on there, or maybe little chocolate parts, chocolate sprinkles, stracciatella ice cream, so the ice cream with the pieces of chocolate in it. Possibilities are endless. You can do fun different little colors to do the party sprinkles. Just depends on what's your favorite ice cream. Or maybe what's the favorite color of the person you're making this for. So I think for me that's enough sprinkles. So I go through the part where I started again. Make sure I kind of finish at the same point where I entered, so these are both at the same point. And then I put a knot in them to close everything together. I cut off these ends, and then with my crochet hook I go in on one side, I go out at the same point where these two entered. I put my hook around here and I try to just pull it right in there, and so you can see the knot is now inside of the ice cream cone, so it's not visible anymore. And we have a cute ice cream cone. So today we made the cupcake and we made the ice cream cake. We made the cupcake and the ice cream cone. I hope that you like them. Please tell me if you like these kind of videos or what kind of videos you like best, because yeah, I'd love to know what kind of videos you want to see, because then I can try to make those. But first you can try making those. Good luck.